Very pleased to bring something to you today that I have been very excited about for a long time. And that is the Gurkha Khukuri. This is from the elite fighting force, the Gurkhas, from Nepal. And they have been loyal to the crown since the mid-1800s and are still fighting alongside British units in Afghanistan even today, and also carrying the Khukuri. This legendary blade is just an incredible memorial to those fierce fighting men of Nepal. I've always had a fascination of the Gurkha warrior since a small boy. Hearing one time about the British forces needed to get into a certain area to stop the Japanese advance, and Gurkha warriors volunteered to jump out of a plane from a low drop without parachutes, which they did. An incredible, battle-hardened group of warriors. The Gurkhas are known worldwide for their ferocity and for being some of the best warriors in the world. Now, the best Khukuris come out of Nepal. You can find them made in India, China, and even worse, Pakistan. But if you want a really excellent hand-forged knife that is near impossible to destroy, the Gurkha Khukuri from Nepal. Khukuri House is the one that actually made this knife, and they are the suppliers to the British government for the Khukuri knives to outfit the Gurkha warriors that are serving alongside British units. Now, I had been looking on knives by hand from Frank Gonzalez and really looking at his Frank Bowie. When he has these on his website, he carries the Khukuri House knives and actually can get them for a lower price than if you order them direct. So when I saw this, I was like, I love this knife. And you know what? I'm telling you what, just the feel, and we're going to look at all the details for survival or for zombie killing. It has a 12-inch blade from here to here, and it's 18 inches overall length. This is a high carbon steel made from truck springs, and those seem to be the best material to use. It's probably about a 1095 steel, but these are incredibly durable and very efficient. And I'm going to tell you one thing. Go to NOS4, and I'm going to have his information down below, and I've done this before. He does a destruction. He takes knives, and he just finally just destroys them. And he could not destroy the blade, the forged steel. He could not. He couldn't even chip it. He bent it, and he moved it all around, but he could not destroy it. And so I'm going to leave the link to his video because it is really fascinating. Now, the Khukuri has gone from different changes over the years, different sizes. Now, this one in particular is the 3 Chirra, which means that it has the 3 grooves, these fullers. It's also called the Beast. Now, if you'll look, and you can see the waves, this is one of the hardest Khukuris to make because of the design. As I've said, these are hand-forged knives, and you can go to Khukuri House and check them out and see some of their processes. But Frank Knives, from Handmade Knives, he has some of the best prices. He imports them, and then he cuts down way on the shipping. But I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the specs of these knives and what to expect. For one thing, this spine. And I want you to get a really good look at the width of that spine. It's 3/8 of an inch. Now, on the website it says 1/4 of an inch, but this supersedes even that. Very thick blade, all the way down, even up until you get to the tip. And you can see, now you see where the fullers come in. But this knife is so hefty. It just calls out for you to chop wood with this thing. And look, this is not the high polish, it's the semi finish. So it is finished, but it doesn't have that high gloss. Now right here you see also this traditional fuller that runs along the top here, and this is on all your Khukuris. And then as well, now this is for much debate, but according to Khukuri's house, this is for blood or sap to run down. Instead of running over your hand, it's to run down this. It's also been called the cow hoof. And I have seen references that because the people from Nepal are predominantly Hindu, this is supposed to represent Shiva. Now I didn't find any documented information on that. It does have, which I love, has the full tang. Now, when Nos 4 is destroying the Khukuri that he has, it has what they call the rat tail. And the rat tail is a partial, it's a full tang, but it's partial, that runs all the way through. And he was actually able to break off the rat tail. But with this being a full tang, and he even mentioned this in the video, he said, I would not have been able to break off a full tang with the type metal that they're using in the heat treating process. The grips themselves are in Indian rosewood. A lot of times they're made with water buffalo bone, horn, or different things like that. It does have a steel cap on the end, but the fit and finish of this, now this knife is, you could use it for a display piece, but this knife is made to use, and you won't be afraid to use it. And really, once you start using it, it'll be hard for you to be satisfied with anything less. We have these rivets here that come through that hold the handle in place, but the fit and finish is just incredible. The knife weighs 1 3/4 pounds. It is hefty. Because these are handmade, sometimes there is up to 1/4 inch difference in the blade length and some of the other dimensions, but they're pretty uniform. Has a really good feel to it. The grip does drop down. As you can see, it does have grooves and some possible jimping here, and it drops down to a smaller piece. One of the things, though, that's kind of really nice about this design feature of this grip, how it pulls out, is that with you gripping this, it makes it really easy to hold on to, but also when you're pulling something out, you have a surface here to hold your hand in place. Now here we have the traditional scabbard, and these are made of wood and then covered in buffalo hide. Has a belt loop, even has a lanyard here to wrap around your leg. Now one of the things about this, and because the 3 Chirra has these fullers, it is made to be lightweight. Traditionally, there are 2 smaller knives that fit into the scabbard. The Karta, which is a small, very small little knife, and then the Chakmak, which I don't know if I'm really pronouncing that right, but that's also a little small knife that is used as a sharpening steel. And traditionally, those are carried with your Khukuris. But the Khukuri is excellent for chopping, obviously. With the way it bends, it makes it natural to chop. And then with the thicker spine, it really gives enough weight and heft to it. But not only is it an excellent chopper, it is an incredible thrusting knife. They say that it's one of the best thrusting knife designs in the world because of the way, and when it cuts, it just lays it open. You know, these were traditionally feared on the battlefield because one swipe could sever off a man's head or other limbs. Now, one of the things that the Gurkha warrior kind of goes by is this is considered a super clean slaughter. And the enemy tumbles down, cleaved into 2 pieces in surprise. And it's a very kind weapon because it is a very quiet and it's one of the quickest deaths. Now that's just from Gurkha legend. I'm not going to be doing that. Now, ever since I saw the Book of Eli with Denzel Washington and that big short sword that he carried in his pack, I have wanted something of similar size. And once I got this, I was like, this is excellent. This will be perfect for carrying in that tool. And this just makes it a lot of fun. Now, I would encourage you to go and check out Knives by Hand. And Frank Gonzalez has a bunch of different knives. His story, which is really incredible. and how he hand forges knives in Texas. The story behind these knives and the different sizes that he offers, just an excellent selection. Different blade sizes, 8-inch, of course the 12, 10-inch, different styles with the handles. There's even some really updated versions of these that they are carrying in Afghanistan even today, the units that are fighting there. So there are just a lot of options, but I believe that considering this blade shape and the tradition that lies behind this, this is an incredible survival tool that you really shouldn't overlook. So check out Frank Gonzalez, Knives by Hands. I'll leave all the information down below, but just an excellent source to get these authentic Nepal Gurkha Khukuris, and that are just incredible steel. And also don't forget to go by and check out NOS4 for his destruction videos, and you can see a lot of different types of knives that he takes, and just an incredible test that he does on these knives. And as always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more fun gun reviews and sensible survival. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Oh, let's see how the Gurkha holds up to the Chinese Christmas. Chinese Christmas. Oh no! Oh, cleaved him in two. Of course, there is the legend that once these knives are drawn, they must draw blood. Do you have any volunteers?